I talked with thousands of tourists in Morocco from around the world. Here is everything that I have learned. For context, I worked as a quality manager or a customer satisfaction quality manager for 5-star hotels for a European company that also works with European hotels here in Morocco. It's a long sentence, but that's the context. So we really talk with a lot of tourists. Everybody is a tourist, not from Morocco, from around the world. Also, I happen to speak 5 languages. So in real life, every time I hear a foreign language, I go there and I speak to them. So I know all the experiences I've held, all the stories, the best stories, the good stories, the bad stories. Also, as an addition, it's not really that big, but I spent a lot of times also in touristic city. I mean, the first 2 weeks of this month, I spent almost half of them in one of the biggest touristic destination here in Morocco. So you got the point. That's how I do. That's what I do. That's my life. I mean, I have friends who are not originally from Morocco. That I have friends like from a daily basis. And I'm not talking even about the exchange student. I'm not talking about uni student. I'm not talking about any of that. So you got the point. A lot. I've given you a lot of reasons. That's a good start. Okay. So one of the first things that I've noticed that there's a lot of types of people that come to Morocco to visit. And a lot of the experience that I'll be actually sharing is not only from the biggest cities like Rabat, Marrakesh, or Tangier. I've also talked about with a lot of tourists there. But really, I'm not almost focusing about that, but I'm focusing about the people who can go to small cities, to go to, you know, not necessarily the biggest city in Morocco. And I would say those people you find the real touristic spirit, or at least you will have a very unique, authentic, in-depth feedback that they will give you. So you'll get a lot of knowledge from them than, let's say, someone who's visiting Morocco for 3 days and only going to the biggest city in Morocco. Okay, so does that make sense? All right, let's get started. So there's a lot of types of touristic people in Morocco. A lot of people just really don't care. They just want to have a good vacation, come back. A lot of people want to have a culture that is similar to whatever place they come from, and I'll give a lot of stories now. Also, there's a lot of people who want to experience the culture. I mean, I've met people from east of Morocco, the city that I am in now. It's not really a big touristic place. A lot of tourists here and there, and sometimes I go to them and they talk to them. Here's this, that, and they say, the reason why I came here because there's not a lot of tourists. I said, what? He said, because that makes it authentic. So it's traditionally authentic. People are authentic. People are themselves. This is how they deal without tourists, as opposed to you go to a big city where people are used to tourists, so it's almost accustomed in a way to be suitable for tourists. Does that make sense? And this just shows different tourists are different personality. Different people have different preferences and wants and needs. And no matter what you want, there's nothing wrong or right. People come and go for different reasons. And I'm not here to judge. I'm genuinely just here to help you. So the first thing that I will give is you have to understand why you came here. As an example, if you want to come here for a vacation and you want to, you know, an environment that is similar from wherever country you came from, especially if you're coming, let's say, from a first world country, whether Europe or US or Australia, whatever, and you want something that's very similar, I would say a good way to do that is somewhat plan your way, somewhat plan your trip. The better you plan it, the most likely you will obviously know what you're gonna see, you'll know what you're gonna get, and you're gonna get a very similar experience to whatever country you came from. Because there's a lot of options. I've seen people from different parts of the world and they come here and they feel like home. Why? Because there's a lot of cultures and Morocco is very culturally rich, so it can really feel like home. One of the ways you can do it is 5-star hotels. Now, I work at customer satisfaction in a 5-star hotel with a European company that works with European companies that work in Morocco. So one of the services that I've noticed they deliver is the fact that people come from different countries around the world, and when they come, you come to a 5-star hotel, you really don't even need to get out of the hotel. You are in Morocco, you are in a vacation, you have the weather, you have the good places, you have the whatever, the traditions and everything that comes with it, and the food, whatever, but also you're not even getting exposed to whatever thing that you could risk that you wouldn't like. So it's almost as how's it called? Like forests, ecosystem. You want food that is there. You want drinks that is there. They have a bar. They have coffee shops. They have if they have pools. They have the beach. They have tanning places, tanning stations. They have concerts playing. They have animations. They have yoga. They have gym. They have different types of food, different type of what's called like restaurants. If you want Asian restaurants, if you have Moroccan restaurant, different cities of Moroccan restaurants. So really all what it is that you want to do. And most people there speak different languages. At least in Morocco, we find people speak 3 languages, which is Arabic with all the 167 dialects, French, pretty much everybody speaks, and English. Obviously the levels varies from person to person, but pretty much everybody can somewhat handle himself in those languages. People like me speak 5 languages, and obviously I speak English very good. French I speak it academically, and also I have 2 other languages, but I would say that's rare. I mean, even in the biggest cities like Rabat, you will still find a little bit of language barrier, but it's not huge. Let's just say that. It's not huge. You can make your way out. So that's the point. If you really don't want to risk it with the traditions, whatever, you go for 5-star hotels, or you book, or you pre-book, or pre-plan whatever trip you want to do. Number 2, you're an adventurous guy. You want to try, you want to experience, you want to live the tradition. There, I would say you can't just go off with not planning everything. You can have like a rough plan that, okay, I'm going to go to this city at this time, this, whatever trajectory, if you want to go road trip, whatever. But I would say more go unplanned, right? You can ChatGPT whatever city you want a day before you go to there, and you'll be fine. He's going to be like, oh, you got to go to this place. And sometimes you'll be lucky, you find some people that can actually help you. Usually ChatGPT will do the job. Okay? And you just go there. And you will like it. If you love experiencing, genuinely you will love it. I'll say also know the timing zones. As an example, the Eastern Morocco, this is not a touristic city that I am in. The time are literally daytime, like business day. It starts at 8 a.m. I mean, at 10 p.m. pretty much things start closing. You will still find things that are open until 1 a.m. or 3 a.m., but the city really sleeps down. Touristic cities, like the one that I talked about earlier, they have another system where pretty much in the morning everybody is asleep, but in the evening everything catch up. In beach cities also is a very similar pattern, and different cities have what? Different patterns, different regimes. The bigger cities, the more nighttime they have. So if you're big of a nighttime, you really want to choose the big cities like Rabat, Marrakesh, Casablanca, Tangier. These are big. You will find them pretty much 24/7. The day is a little bit less, but usually you'll find them 24/7. And like a city like Tangier that I've experienced myself, the nighttime is most often way better than the daytime. I mean, nighttime, when you go there, the culture is like daytime around the world or in the not touristic cities. Okay, cool. Now let's move on to the next thing. There's a lot to talk about this. There's genuinely a lot. Here's the problems that I think a lot of people face. The biggest problem, language barrier. I'm gonna be honest. I know. Moroccans are known. They're fucking know languages, bruv. I know 5 languages. I'm Moroccan. I have friends who speak few languages as well, right? At least they speak 2. At least they can manage their way through 2 languages, I mean, but from the tourists that I've spoken to, a lot of them have problems. Even English speaking. I met a girl who was from Poland, because Poland don't speak Deutsch, don't speak French, they speak a little bit of English, that's it. Polish. Obviously they speak Polish, but I'm talking outside of Polish. And I met her in Rabat. She had a very good experience. I met her in a marathon event, and she was talking and said, well, a lot of people actually don't speak English, at least not good English. Everybody speaks French, and that is wrong, by the way. Moroccan is not French. I know this is it's a rumor. Moroccan and French is very different. I don't give a fuck what people say. It's different. French and Moroccan is different. Arabic and Moroccan is different as well, but not as different as French and Moroccan, right? Moroccan is Darija, but don't stress about that. It's just words, namings. So I've noticed that. Also, I've met I met also people that want to live in Morocco. As an example, Vietnamese. that came here to live. I found them also in Rabat in the event, and they said same thing: language barrier. Not everybody speaks English, right? Which is a problem. It's a real problem. And here I'm gonna put it onto another level: Portuguese. People also have some problems that, not everybody speaks Portuguese. But also, this is the good thing about five-star hotels: you find these languages. Also, Deutsch, German. Not everybody speaks. I met in my job, was doing the customer satisfaction, one of the five-star hotels in Morocco that are owned by a European country or a company, and I was talking to the Deutsch woman. I was obviously talking in German. It's my fifth language. So I was talking to her, and she was so happy. She was so happy that, just imagine a woman wants to marry you, hypothetically. That's how happy she was. You got the point? She was so happy, like over the moon happy. She said it's been 25 days since I met someone who can speak Deutsch, which is German. She ranted. I met another person who just spoke a lot in German. And I like that. I can speak German. I also practice my German. But the point I'm making is, some languages, you will not find them a lot in Morocco. And this is obviously common all around the world. In Morocco, it's better than most places in the world because Morocco, obviously, it's culturally diverse. And as an example, Spanish, a lot of the northern coast, all of it, they have a good culture of Spanish. The entire Moroccan country knows French pretty much. And English, a lot of the youth especially know English. And Arabic, obviously, everybody speaks English. There's another dialect in Morocco, which is Amazigh, which is, you can say, dialect in Morocco, but I really don't care about it. You just don't stress about it, because really, you're not going to learn it, and you're not going to talk about it. You won't even learn Arabic. You're just going to go vacation and come out. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, really, that's the only problem I found. I'm not going to lie. This is the only problem I found, is the language barrier. Other than that, as long as you know what you want, you're going to be fine. And a lot of the times, you're going to find people from the same country as yours. They have the same mission as yours. I'm going to give you some of the countries that I have saw just yesterday. And I was not in my customer satisfaction shift. Not. It's my daily life. I saw German, Netherlands, Holland, France, Spain, Italy, Lithuania. Okay, what else? I saw these. Obviously Moroccan from all different places. I might have seen Dubai. The point is, a lot of countries. There's a lot of countries to see it in a day, right? You're just walking and you see all these countries. That's a lot. Let alone the language they hear. So that just shows how much culturally diverse the culture is. And I'll say from a people perspective, it's really, the good thing about Morocco is suitable for everybody. When it comes to, I'm talking about appearance, right? Moroccans appear to pretty much everywhere in the world. If you're coming, Asians, at least East Asians, a lot of East Asians come here. Even different parts of Asia, they actually come here to Morocco. They blend in very fast. I know Moroccan people that if you don't know they're Moroccan, you would have guessed that they're Asian, at least East Asian. 100%. If I don't know that I know them well, I would have guessed that they're from East Asia. I know people from Morocco that look like they're from US, from South America, right? From the northern of Europe, from the southeast of Africa, from all around the world. Why? There's different ethnicities, there's different blood going on in Morocco, because Morocco comes in a strategic place. If you don't know this is a geography class, but actually Morocco comes into a diverse place, because it's the connection between the Arabic and Middle Eastern world, with the African world, with the European world, with the American world. It's literally the middle of all of these. You understand? So that's how it goes. You got the point. It's very culturally diverse, and I would generally assume they wouldn't have really a culture shock I mean, I would say probably you will have a culture shock after like 6 months. I mean, are you gonna have a vacation for 6 months? I doubt that. I really do. And usually people will come to Morocco, really have a good experience. And the way you know it, I mean, I work in customer satisfaction. I talk with clients. A lot of them say, I came here 9 years ago, and ever since, I come here every fucking year. If this doesn't show you that they have a good experience, I don't know what does. But thank you for watching. I mean, obviously I've spent years building my languages and talking with tourists from all around the globe every day to have all this data that I'm actually giving you obviously for free because I love you. So make sure, as a thank you, subscribe. And if you have any questions about anything really related to Morocco or tourists or languages or whatever, write them down in the comments below. And I'll make sure to, I'll not make sure, I'll 100% make that video. Guaranteed. Subscribe.